Anyway, yeah. Something was making you uncomfortable. Passion was too much. There was a whole lot of back and forth between people from the past. Like, look at this, right? Look at all these people. And then look at all this back and forth and all of this, okay? And then, you know, maybe somebody really felt like, this is too much for me. I can't get this away from me. I just want it to be done. Fuck off, okay? Thought whatever this was would end. But there's some type of inability to move on because someone is realizing that the other person was right. And they're not able to be at peace because of that. It's like, think of that movie, The Ninth Gate, right? If you've ever seen that with Johnny Depp. At the end, there was someone who really thought that Boris Balkan thought that he had it all right, had everything figured out. So confident that he poured gasoline on himself and set himself on fire to show Johnny Depp that he had mastered this. He was the man, right? He was the man. He was obsessed with conjuring the devil and opening the ninth gate in the movie. He thought he knew exactly how to do it. And, you know, he didn't really take Johnny Depp's character so seriously. He was just very single-minded with what he wanted, his obsession. I'm the man. I don't need anybody else's input. I don't need anybody else with me. I already know who I am, and I know what it is, and I know what I want, right? How'd that end up for him? He burned to death because he had the wrong page. He had the wrong engraving. The right engraving came to Johnny Depp. He was just doing his job. Like, he was doing what he was there to do, right? Doing what he was assigned to do. And this person was so convinced, in the movie, this person was so convinced that they had it right, that they were single-minded in their obsession. And it cost, right? And it's funny, right? He was trying to get the devil, and you have 6, 6, and 6. 6 because 10 minus 4 is 6, right? And he did have it, but the devil ended up taking him. You see? He didn't get access to the ninth gate. He got taken by the devil. Technically, it is 666, but not the way you thought. There is a nuance here that was missed. There was something that was missed. Tiny detail. The devil is in the details. And realizing that this detail was missed, the obsession continues. There is no closure. And it's forcing a memory with that 6 of Cups of how happy things were. Or how good something was, or what someone thought it was going to be, because sometimes the 10 of Cups can be an illusion. So there could have been someone who thought they had everything figured out, and that this ending was going to bring them this 10 of Cups, this happily ever after, this dream and rainbows and all this shit, and it didn't. And now someone's realizing that someone else was right. They want to return. This situation was right for me. I want to come back to it. This person was right for me. They were right about everything, and I want to go back to them, but I'm scared of rejection. You know what I mean? It's like, look, there could be drinking involved in this. I was just thinking that, and then this cup was right here. There could be a lot of drinking involved in this. Also, it could have contributed to it too. Something could have contributed to it, some type of substance, right? We have addiction down here. So something could have made this worse. It could have absolutely contributed to it. And now, with where it is, there's no peace where there should be. There's no peace where someone thought there was going to be. There's also, look at these two cards together. We can see this 4 of Swords, and then you see this person over here. They look like they're mourning the situation. And what was comforting to them, maybe what they rejected this person or this situation for, is no longer comforting to them. They're bitter now. Maybe they're bitter towards what they thought was going to be for them. Maybe they're bitter towards, like, say, if you leave a job, right? You walk into work, you shit on your boss's desk, you flip everybody off on the way out, and then you go to this new job because it's going to be everything you've ever dreamt of, and they've got you cleaning toilets for $13.75 an hour. I could see how you'd be bitter about that, right? And you want to go back, but the way you left, you know, you're kind of scared of rejection. And you're kind of sheepish because, you know, they were right. They told you it was too good to be true. But you didn't listen because you were so single-minded and thought you knew everything that you kind of shot yourself in the fucking foot. Now you're bitter. Maybe towards the situation, maybe towards this person, or maybe some of you to yourself, right? Taurus and Taurus. Maybe you're bitter to yourself now. Maybe you blame yourself for your loneliness. Maybe you resent yourself, angry at yourself. You know? But the Four of Cups is dissatisfaction. Whatever decision was made, somebody thought it was going to be everything they ever wanted, and now they're completely dissatisfied. Again, drinking could be a thing, maybe to like numb this. The passion is too much and it's exhausting, so somebody could be drinking, trying to drink this away. Obsession in the world. What is this? I am a man. Yeah, like, someone thought they had the world in their hands, right? Someone thought they were in complete control. Just like he did when he poured that gasoline on himself. There was a recklessness there because I was so sure that I was in control. And with this, it's like someone kind of like burned a bridge thinking that they'd already gotten away, but the fire beat them to the other side. And they just cut, you know, they fell, burned from both edges. You know what I mean? Like you playing with fire and somebody got burned, okay? That's what this new beginning was. It burned everything down around it, right? Someone thought they had all the control in the world, and again, when you play with fire, you get burned. But what is the world? This could also be something public, something that everybody is seeing, and now someone's upset. Like, okay, so I'm gonna wait. Hold on. Spying with the Page of Swords, told you. 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so somebody, no, when you have 8 Pentacles with the World, that's 9. Someone could be obsessed with someone else's success, okay? Someone could be jealous of the success that someone else is having now that they're free from this. Because look, it looks like she's frozen in this ice and they're going to lower her down. But once they lower down, you know, something, again, this playing with fire, she gets thawed out and it's like, hey, this is the way out. I can do this. 5 of Swords coming from the 10. Someone's eventual defeat gave someone else the opportunity to eventually succeed, and they did. They took advantage of the opportunities that they had when they were able to get out of this situation. There's something that maybe they're getting recognition for, something they've done completely on their own. And look at this, even the ghost of this person, right? This withdrawn person, this soul in solitude, they're looking back at this, right? They're looking back at the world and seeing this person kind of flourish on their own, get their own 10 of Pentacles. It's getting back to whoever this is up here. And they're seeing it, and they're seeing that this person was right. That this person had the answer to do the way to do things all along, or the way that this person saw things was the right way, right? If this is in business, right? If this is at a job, like somebody could have taken that, if somebody started a project, like spearheaded a project, and you know, you're like, I'm not having anything to do with this, like I'm not working with you on this or anything, and then their project takes off, someone's kind of looking back at it like, damn, they were right. But it's like you don't want to tell them because it's like I'm scared that they're going to tell me to fuck off. Maybe because that's what you would do, Taurus. Again, this is looking at yourself. Some of you can't bring yourselves to even ask for a new beginning or make amends because you're expecting this person to do you the way you would do them or the way you did them, and you're scared of that. But either way, maybe that's why you don't have any peace in the situation. That's also could be why you feel bitter, right? You burned a bridge. Someone burned a bridge. And now someone's doing good and someone has no peace. This new beginning that someone burnt this bridge to try to get ended up burning them, and that new beginning came to the other person. Maybe that's why someone's bitter. This makes me think of that saying, someone fell into the ditch they dug for you. And now everything that they tried to set up and stack the deck for them to receive, you're getting it. And now their ass is in the fire. You know, that kind of thing. Look, success. Yes, somebody got the 10 of Pentacles. Somebody got the 10 of Swords. And now someone's bitter. They want to make amends. They want to return. They want to say they're sorry. They want to say you were right. But they're scared of rejection. Because they were fucking arrogant as shit about this. They just knew. They had all the answers. Now look at you. A lesson. Okay? A deep lesson. I'm gonna return you, right? Let me look. Yeah, it's like the way this was left was hostile. It was hostile. And instead of trying to see eye to eye, Taurus and Taurus, like instead of trying to see from the other person's perspective, somebody went against them. It was like, instead of working together, I'm gonna work against you because I want something up here. And with the world, again, there's victory. 6 of Wands now. 6, 6, 6, 6. But it's not the way someone expected. And it's all because someone just knew they were the man. They knew they had all the answers. And I think someone underestimated someone else. And that's how things like this happen. That's how shit blows up in your face. Look, so with this 10 of Wands right here and the 5 of Wands, that is so crazy because we had the 10 and the 5 up here. Somebody really tried or really endured something, okay? And it wasn't necessary. The 5 of Swords and the 5 of Wands, that is unnecessary conflict. It is unnecessary drama. It didn't have to be this way. It could have been peaceful. We could have resolved this. We could have coexisted. Something like that. But there was none of that. And someone was forced, right, with the spot. They were forced to resort to what they had to resort with to get out of it. And they endured a whole lot with this 10 of Wands. They endured more than what they should have. Again, somebody tried to bury someone else. They dug a ditch for him. But they underestimated this person. And this person endured. And now they're thriving. And this person, you know, because whoever dug this ditch, they've fallen into it. Now the other person, you get what I'm saying, right? I don't have to keep repeating it. What is this conflict? What did I say? Somebody is getting exactly what they want. And now someone sees it and they're defensive. Okay, it's like, what the fuck is going on over here? It's almost like somebody left someone for dead, but they didn't die. And now they're just fucking living their best life. And this person is like, what the hell? Why do I feel bitter? Why don't I have anything? I'm bitter. I feel lonely. I'm hurt. And now everything is happening for this person. And somebody is stone cold. Somebody remembers this up here. Look at this. See this? 10 of Swords, 5 of Swords. Even if there's an energy here, even if someone was able to figure out how to approach the situation to come back, the other person is not going to be receptive because the other person remembers. Okay? This is judgment. This is a reckoning in a situation. Somebody remembers how someone did them. Look, told you. She remembers what these people put them through. Someone does, okay? And that's why they're not welcoming back. 7 of Wands is defense. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. And you know what's funny? The difference between 7 and 10 is 3. 3 on the dice. This has been coming. And maybe that's why this is so exhausting. Because maybe intuitively someone understood that this is what this situation was going to come to. But maybe they had no idea that they had met their match somewhere. Taurus and Taurus. It doesn't have to be that sign, but it's basically somebody that returned the same energy. And maybe this person didn't see it coming, right? They underestimated them. But someone mirrored something right back to somebody. And now someone has nothing left to do but face themselves and the part they played in this. Because something wasn't fair. Intuition. Page of Cups. We have a Page of Swords back here. Yeah, this is that 10 of Cups. You're so different from everyone around me. For a lot of you, especially with the 6 of Cups up here, this is someone who you might have known since childhood, known since you were younger, maybe, you know, something like that, but there has always been something different about this person. The Page of Cups, it's water sign energy. It could also represent like a gifted child, a very intuitive child. Could be a Pisces, any of the water signs. Most of the water signs are psychic, all that shit. That's why we're so fucking crazy, right? But there's always been something different about whoever this is or about this situation. It's always just been something, maybe you can't really explain it. It's hard for me to articulate what I'm trying to say right now, but there's always been some type of connection, right? Again, look at this, 3 and 3 is 6. Again, 6 is what, I can't even. But yeah, this is something, maybe you're so different from everyone around me. Maybe this person always has been, right? Like, she's a mermaid. There was something so intense about this connection because it was something that at first was very innocent, maybe. But there was always something familiar about it, but at the same time it was so different. And that was a blessing and a curse, right? Somebody is realizing that what they allowed to walk away was what they've always wanted. Or what they walked away from was what they've always wanted, but there's no way back now because a bridge was burned and they're bitter about this and they feel lonely. The Page of Cups could also represent an apology, and with the 2 of Pentacles, somebody could be going back and forth. 3 of Pentacles again, right? 5 of Pentacles is the card of lack, of feeling left out and feeling lonely. And maybe, this person, they're bitter about what they've lost. But they did it. Like, how can you, how do I want to put this? I don't even know how to make an analogy to this, right? How can you throw something away or get rid of something or walk away from something and then get mad when someone else picks it up? It's like Regina George, right? It's like, how can you cheat on Aaron Samuels but then get mad when Katie gets him, right? Like, it doesn't make sense, bitch. And, 8 of Cups, walking away. Yeah, what walked away from you is what you want. Or what you walked away from is that 9 of Cups that you wanted, but you can't come back to it now because somebody remembers. There's been damage done to the situation. Both sides have taken damage, right? Someone is realizing that someone else was right, but I don't think there's any forgiveness here with this Queen of Swords. That's pretty stone fucking cold energy. And with the 4 and the Page right here, someone has moved on and they have no emotions left for this. They're only looking at the facts. And I don't think they're saying anything because they don't need to. It's this other energy that now, what can they say? Because they're realizing that someone was right. Even if I had the courage to come to you, what the fuck would I say? And it sucks because there was real emotion here with the 8. You know what I mean? And it was only getting stronger with the 8 and the 9. It was going to the 10, and I think somebody kind of intuitively feels that right now. Like, if something, this right here, if they had made the decision, with these Pentacles, where is it? The 8 of Pentacles back here, to work on this instead of trying to hop onto something that, pie in the sky, looked too good to be true. If they had worked on what was real, instead of aiming for the supernatural or, more or just better, if they had worked on what was real, they'd have this 9 of Cups. But instead they walked away from it and, their intuition now is telling them, hey, this person was right. Or, what, this makes me think of the cosmic owl. Y'all know about Adventure Time? You blew it. I mean, someone might really be feeling like that and they're bitter about it. They feel lonely because they're realizing, look, 2 of Cups again with the 8, that this could have been it. Anything else? Well, it could also have to do with kids. Sometimes the Page of Cups specifically, and with the 6 of Cups, maybe this person had like different feelings about kids, different ideas about kids, like where to have kids, how to raise kids, if they wanted kids, anything like that. It could have been different, and maybe that could have contributed, because I did have the 2 of Cups and the Page, and that's the 3 up there, so maybe that's something, again, it could be anything. It could also just be talking about the past. Maybe you both had different ideas about where this would lead, and that was something. But either way, this bitterness, what is this? There's bitterness. Wow. I think y'all are just bitter at love right now, or you might just be bitter because, again, somebody is bitter because they know what they've lost. That's the simplest way I can say it. And the crazy thing is, on the bottom of this is justice. I mean, you have 666, you have the karma of being so sure, the karma of being so single-minded and obsessed, the karma of underestimating someone who might have only been trying to show you, you know, a different way to achieve what you wanted. And intuitively, you might have known that this was going to cost you, but you never thought this person would actually walk away, or you never thought you'd actually lose whatever this was. And now that you have, you're realizing that you know, this cost you everything that you ever wanted. For some of you, you know what I mean? Like, this cost you big, cost someone big, but there's justice at the bottom. So maybe this needed to happen, right? Again, soul solitude. Something happened like this. It happened the way that it did so that someone would be able to look at themselves. To look at themselves and make the necessary alterations that they needed to. You know what I mean? Like I said, we encounter people for a reason. And for a lot of you, this energy is like, you're in this situation now, right? This situation might suck, you're bitter about it, but it's a just situation because it wants you to look at yourself. Somebody here is saying that, you know, they want to make amends and that the other person was right. And they're realizing that after a hard time of looking at themselves. So this is what needs to happen. And then, you know, again, there's still this fear of rejection and everything like that. Maybe, you know, that somehow that's justified too, but, you know, wow. I don't know. Red jellyfish portal. Oh, I love these cards. And jeweled octopus. No, let me go there. Where's my little book? Where'd it go? Alright, so we don't have the book this time. So the jellyfish in 19. So this right here, this is something that, like, with the jeweled octopus, see him holding on to these things and getting it like all tangled up around him and stuff. I don't know if you can see this. It's like allowing yourself to get tangled up in everything that you have been up until a certain point. And then when the opportunity for change comes, if you look at the tides in this justice card, this jellyfish portal talks about just simply flowing. Okay, like flowing with something. So when you meet someone and they challenge everything that you know, that you might think about yourself and, you know, that type of thing, you're meant to go with the flow and kind of like, oh, well, if this is challenging me, then what is it about myself that, why do I feel like I'm being challenged, right? Like, what is it? What is the situation trying to teach me about myself? And you're meant to go with the flow. But with this jeweled octopus right here, you know, it's getting tangled up in things you aren't willing to let go of, is the type of energy this is. And so with this 10 of Swords, this complete loss, right, and this judgment, it's ending a situation to give you the opportunity to try again, right? It's ending something, breaking you down to the point where you really have no choice but to let go and go with the flow when you're ready. Soul solitude. And then you'll be able to start over. But right now somebody's scared of rejection. So this is kind of like just the floating period. I don't really know what's going on. I'm just flowing with it. I feel bitter and I feel lonely because I understand what I've lost, and I'm scared of rejection, so I can't go back. And these, but you know, if you're willing to let go and understand that, as much, you know, it's good to be confident, it's good to know who you are, but you don't know everything. None of us knows everything. If we knew everything, we'd be ascended masters and we wouldn't be fucking incarnating here, right? We wouldn't be here. You don't know everything. And it's okay to not know everything. But being bitter about being wrong or making a mistake or failing some way or not getting what you thought, you know what I mean? Like failure, basically, being bitter about it. Eventually, you gotta let go, is what these two say. And it's fine. Like, it's good to sit and like take time with yourself. Because like I said again, once you understand yourself, you will understand anything that comes before you. You will understand any reflection you see before you. I think that was Bashir that said that. So yeah, and I think that's really what this is wanting you to do. Once you understand yourself, you will understand any reflection that you encounter. You'll be able to let go of this bitterness and you won't feel lonely. because you'll know yourself. And whatever happens with any person, you will always take yourself with you. And once you are uncodependent, you enjoy your own company. But with this right now, you're bitter about feeling lonely. All you have to do is let it go. But in letting go, you know, admit your faults, admit, you know, this person was right. Okay, fine. Like, this person was right. Like, whatever. It's okay to try again. You don't have to be scared of that. You know what I mean? Sometimes, and, you know, sometimes if this person walked away from you, their rejection is protection, right? It's for the greater good, for both of you. But this right here, the only thing standing in the way of you getting out of this soul solitude and out of this bitterness is having the courage to try again, or having the courage to say, I fucked up, regardless of rejection. You know, people aren't entitled to accept your apologies, but I think I said this in someone else's reading, you know, you don't know how impactful your actions can be. Sometimes you can't see it because they're too deep, right? You won't see it until later on. But holding on to this shit is only going to keep you tangled up. The only way out is through. And luckily for you, the way through is easy if you're willing to let go. And stop being a bitter fucking Betty. Like, we all fuck up. It's cool. It's what we do. It is the folly of man, or whatever the fuck Nas said, right? But you do have an energy of trying again. You do have a new direction. You have the opportunity to start over. Maybe sitting alone, you can handle this fear of rejection or whatever it is. But I would just keep doing what you're doing. If you're sitting still and staying to yourself, I would keep doing that. It's just the exhaustion for me up here, right? This card of exhaustion and the Ten of Swords. All of this, for some of you, is just too much at the moment, and that's fine. You don't have to do anything. Except let go. My throat is dry as fuck. I'm so sorry. I left my drink in the kitchen. What's this telling us? Step up and lead. Ooh, cool your emotions. Yeah, stop being so fucking bitter, right? You want different? Step up and get different. Step up. Stop being a bitch. You want to apologize to somebody? You want to say, hey, I fucked up. You were right. Go apologize to them. Who gives a fuck if they reject you? Like, so fucking what? There's 7 billion people walking this earth and somebody rejected you. Oh my goddamn. Right? Cool your emotions. Like, again, jellyfish portal. Relax. All you have to do is let go. You don't have to be bitter. You don't. There comes a point in life where all of us have to accept the fact that we are not what we thought we were. Okay? We are not as fan-fucking-tastic as we thought we were. Oh, I'm the man. Okay, fine. Yeah, maybe up until a point you were, but you're not that special, right? None of us is that special. And so basically I'm trying to say, don't take yourself too seriously. Maybe don't take this too seriously. Stop being so bitter about this. Get out of your feelings and do what you need to do, because I feel like you already know what you need to do. Intuition. You just kind of being a little bitch about it. I don't know. I'm kidding. Take time. Take your time. But look, yeah, step up and lead. You know what to do. Get your balls back, Dad. Go fast again. And it's good with the Eight of Pentacles, you know. This is that period, like, where you could put your energy towards anything. And as long as you stick with it, it will be a success. You just have to put effort into it. But yeah, take all the time you need. Get out of your feelings. Get off your... I'm kidding. I'm gonna leave it there. I'll talk to you later.